Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome into the Loretta McNary show. Life has a way of shifting the plan without warning, and sometimes those unexpected turns lead us exactly where we were meant to be. So today I'm joined by one of my favorite Hallmark stars, Tyler Hynes, starring in the new romantic comedy, I'll Be Seeing You Soon. Hi, Tyler.
Good morning, Loretta. How are you?
Wonderful. So let me ask you this. So the movie I'll Be Seeing You Soon, it centers on an unexpected detour. What drew you to this story personally?
Well, the movie is a movie that I actually have produced with a good friend of mine, Orly Adelson, who is a veteran in this space. She's a woman I had a lot to learn from, and we really wanted to create a story that takes advantage of folks of a certain golden age and all that they had to offer in terms of wisdom and life, and put that center stage in one of these movies. And it's been a dream of mine for a long time, and it was the first thing I wanted to put in development at Hallmark. So, yeah, that was the inspiration, was to try to take these actors that I've had the privilege of working with over the years, and give them a place to really put them center stage and tell a beautiful story.
And you have definitely accomplished that. So this movie is blending romance with a deeper life concern. And I'm not going to talk about that yet because I want people to watch. So what was it
Yeah.
about that concern? It's real life, right? It's real life happening in this movie. So what do you want people to walk away with after they watch this movie?
I mean, I think what would be lovely that's different from the usual sort of feelings of joy and optimism and romance is I hope people think of their own grandparents, or folks in their lives who have been mentors to them, who've helped them gain perspective and wisdom. And I think if it does anything in addition to what we normally do here at Hallmark, hopefully it's that, is make you think of the loved ones in your life, that those days where you spend time with somebody and nothing else matters, somehow everything else melts away, and just being in their presence and sharing whatever that moment is becomes the sole interest. I think this movie might capture that feeling and maybe remind folks of times in their life where they've had that.
Absolutely. So was there a scene in the movie that challenged you creatively or emotionally? Because you are touching on a subject that we need to talk more about every day. So were you challenged, or was it something that's tugged on your own heart and reminded you how good it is, or like you just said, to take advantage of life every day?
There's an aspect to the character that I play, somebody who works at a retirement community, and one of the main elements is that I'm playing a character who has that occupation, and I've never played that character or seen that portrayed, as far as I can tell, on the network. But somebody who's in that position, much like a nurse, or a police officer or a doctor, you end up seeing folks in circumstances that are somewhat fleeting moments. You have friendships with people who are in that latter stage of their life and eventually kind of move on, as they do, and that's got to be a certain kind of experience. I would imagine somebody who does that occupation. I think it's a very noble and loving thing if you can do that job with the kind of warmth and familiarity with those folks as it probably demands, and yet keep your heart intact at the other end of that. That's a pretty incredible thing, and worthwhile telling a story about. And we don't really dwell on that so much in the movie. It's kind of hinted at with my character, and really only really plays a significant part of the conversation near the end of the movie, when we understand his struggle, or challenge throughout the movie. But it was something that I thought was a really important piece. And amongst all the fun and warmth and optimism and the fun of the road trip, having that be a little element of his character, I think, was important, given that people actually do this job and have to feel this way.
Wow, that's deep. So Hallmark is
Did that
known
make sense?
for,
Halfway through that answer, I was thinking, am I even making a sentence right now? Did that make sense?
yes, it's deep, and this subject is is also deep, and which leads me to my next question. Hallmark is known
Yeah.
for movies that reach your heart, right? Usually it's romantic. This one reaches your heart too, but it's in a different way. So how did you approach your role as Mark in this film?
Um, there are two people that kind of inspired this character. One of them is my best friend. His name is Mark, and so he got the name. And there's another person who really inspired him, who's actually a co-star of mine at this channel, at the Hallmark Channel. I've done some Hallmark movies with, and he inspired the character a lot in the sense that the character is one of those gentlemen who live in the moment, who's very, very present, and is kind of got this enigmatic quality where he just sort of brings up the vibe and the energy. And one of those folks who are magnetic, where you just want to kind of be around them, but is very present, and that's kind of their superpower. And with every upside, there's usually a counterpart as to, like, can they plan long term, and that's Mark's character's sort of journey and why he is that way. And I didn't delve deep into the psychology of my friends, but definitely that inspired it. Is there's two folks who have that quality where they just, no matter where they are or what they're doing, they are forever present, and they're forever
Yes.
just magnetizing people into their orbit.
Yeah, and if there's one message I want people to walk away with from our conversation and the movie, is to be forever present. Put your phones down, stay in the moment. So where can we watch this beautiful movie, Mark Tyler? See, I called you Mark. You played that role so great.
That's
So
right.
Tyler,
I'm
where
so
can we
method. You
watch
can
this
call me
Hallmark
Mark.
movie?
Well, we watch it on the Hallmark Channel Saturday, April 25th, 7 Central, 8 p.m. and 7 Central, on a Hallmark Channel. And I think for folks in Canada, they can watch it on the W Channel. And on Hallmark Plus, it'll be on the streaming app the next day.
Awesome. Can't wait to watch it. Well, Tyler, thank you so much for being our guest on the Loretta McNary Show. Hope you'll stop by often moving forward.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Take care. Bye for now.
Bye.
So Tyler has to go on. He has to share this wonderful movie. I think well, of course, it's a beautiful movie done by Hallmark, but it's different. It still includes the romance. It still touches your heart, but it also includes your mind on this go round. So make sure you're tuning in to Hallmark on Saturday, April 25th to watch I'll Be Seeing You. And on that note, I'll be seeing you shortly. So don't go too far. We'll be right back with more The Loretta